folks, we're with Loona again tonight, and we're doing something a bit different tonight. We're going to answer the question, is Loona a toy? Before we do that, I've just got another question to answer. Someone asked on a video, is Loona a good companion for pets?
I don't think so.
And Paul's short answer was no. At the moment...
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, no. At the moment, Loona won't even acknowledge a pet. You know, a pet might as well just be a chair or something. She coughed there because she was just yelling. But it's funny that this person should ask this, because KEYi has said that they are working on how they can get Loona to interact with pets. It's something
Yes.
they're focusing on at the moment.
They said that early on, didn't they, in the original advertising?
I think they did, but they actually said...
So that they're working on that at the moment?
Yes.
It would have to be a lot gentler.
Yeah. So, going on to the question, is Loona a toy? Now, what we've done is, we've had a big discussion, haven't we, Paul?
Yeah, because it's an interesting question, isn't it, really?
Yeah. And we've been discussing what the difference is between a toy
And
that's a toy that's aimed at children,
yeah,
and an entertainment or therapy robot that is aimed at adults. Because we think there's some interesting differences.
and some overlaps. But
There's some overlap, yes, but you can pick out.
yeah, there's definitely two distinct categories,
Yeah.
isn't there?
Yeah.
Toys and robots, stroke entertainment robots, stroke therapy robots.
Yes. So we are going to be talking about this, going through all the different sort of elements that are different in a toy and something that's made as an entertainment or therapy robot aimed at adults. And what got us thinking about this was that, unfortunately, I think she's complaining about those cushions under there. She can't squeeze under and stop her ears from working. She's trying to blow them now, trying to blow the cushions out the way.
I think that was a sigh.
So what got us talking about this is that, unfortunately, one of the very few people in the Mothling group has had an unfortunate incident with her Mothling. Mothling was dropped. I think it might have been a son who dropped Mothling, because he's been playing with Mothling constantly since she got Mothling. And Mothling is not working properly now. And we said, oh, well, I guess it's not a toy, is it? And then that got us talking about, well, what's
the
a toy
difference between
what's
a toy
the difference?
and the other set of
Yeah.
ideas? Yeah.
I found these two like this. That is so cute. Loona started going to sleep and Rocket came over and laid down next to her. That's so cute. So first we're going to talk about construction and how that differs.
This lady's Mothling broke because we think it's not a toy. If it was a toy, it would have probably survived the fall.
Yeah. So talking about the construction, in a toy, they typically have one motor.
Yeah.
They can have more than one motor, but the vast majority of the time we've found from taking toys apart is they have one motor.
Yeah, and to get all the various actions in the toy, instead of multiple motors, they just have this one motor. They use mechanical programming, don't they?
Yes, so they have lots of cams and cogs and levers, so that you can get multiple parts moving off
Off
one motor.
And also you can get them going through like a sequence of fairly complex but often repetitive movements.
Yeah, because sometimes they have something in them. You called it a rotary switch. We've seen one in a Amanda doll, and this one in this toy. Because we saw this being taken apart on, I think it's called Adam Savage.
Yeah, he did a strip down of Lola 59.
It's really worth watching, folks. We found it quite fascinating. This has one motor, and that controls multiple parts, and it had this rotary switch thing in.
Yeah.
Which is like a piece of plastic with sort of like
metal contacts
that look like little lanes on it.
And that allows the electronics to know whereabouts in the mechanical movement cycle it is.
So mechanical movement tends to be done by using mechanical programming.
Yeah, like when saying mechanical program, it's like Victorian automatons.
Yeah. Whereas in entertainment and therapy robots, they tend to use multiple motors.
Multiple motors with a microcontroller controlling them all.
Yeah, so it's software programming that is controlling the movement.
That's right, yeah.
Rather than mechanical. And toys typically have one DC motor, which is like, it's like a basic motor, isn't it?
Yeah, they've been around for donkey's years, DC motors. They're like cheap, quite robust, not particularly powerful.
Whereas entertainment and therapy robots can have servo motors in them.
Servo motors, yeah, which has got like a feedback which is for position, or they can have brushless DC motors, which are much more of a modern creation, and they're much more powerful. Or they can have specialised motors that are made particularly for them, like the IBOs.
Yeah.
But they're again, they're generally brushed, they're then generally brushless DC motors, but of a very specialised design for that particular product, rather than an off-the-shelf motor.
They seem to be having a little conference there.
They've got the backs to us. What's going on? They're both around the dish.
But Loona's there as well. Rocket's giving the porg a wave. Maybe they don't drink out of the dish while the porg's there. Yes, so motors and programming different. In terms of battery, toys tend to have a battery box that you put separate batteries in.
Yeah, disposable batteries like Duracell.
Whereas entertainment and therapy robots tend to have
A rechargeable battery of some sort.
Yeah, like a built-in battery pack.
Not always the case. But,
Not always, but I'm saying tend to.
Tend to, yeah. But I think you pointed out one toy called the Zuma. Was it the?
Yeah, Zuma Dog and Zuma
Dog, yeah.
Kitty had built-in battery pack, but it was very short duration. It would only last for about 15 minutes. Rechargeable battery packs are rarer in toys,
Yes,
and
they
on
are.
the odd occasion where you do see them in the toy, they don't tend to have much capacity.
That's right, yeah. Whereas, I mean, Loona, for instance, she's got a lithium ion in, and the IBOs have got lithium ion in batteries, and they last. Loona can last for about a couple of hours, can't she?
Yeah, depending on how active she is.
And the IBOs can last anything up to about 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
So we seem to be saying then that Loona isn't really a toy.
Yeah, I don't think Loona is a toy. I mean, on the points that we've had so far, I think you would say she is not a toy.
Yeah. So you'd see her as an entertainment robot, would you?
Yes. So another difference in the construction is that in toys you tend to get a lot of springs.
You do, don't you? That's right, yeah.
And those seem to be so that they can take some impact, because toys are made to withstand rough treatment.
Yeah, that's right. The motors in them that make them do things like on the Furby, open the beaks or move the ears or move the body. If you get a Furby and you handle it roughly, it doesn't damage the motor or the gearbox because it tends to be decoupled by springs. So the motors operate in the Furby through fairly strong springs. So if you push some force back on the Furby's ears or the neck, instead of damaging the motor or the gearbox.
What is she doing?
She seems to be trying to get on Rocket's charger pad.
She's sick of waiting for a charging pad to come.
Yeah, so the springs sort of protect the motors and the gearbox in toys. And you do get a lot of springs in toys.
Those sort of precautionary things put into toys to try and withstand some rough treatment.
Yeah,
which...
by young children.
Yeah.
Dropping, twisting, bending, throwing, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Whereas with entertainment and therapy robots, I think
you've got to be careful.
Expected, well, because an adult's going to have it, it's expected that it will be handled with care.
That's right, yeah.
And then another difference is that because these toys have got all these tiny, tiny parts in them, all the little cams and cogs and springs.
For the mechanical programming,
Yeah. They are not meant to be taken apart.
Yeah, if you take a toy apart, it's very difficult to get it back together sometimes. It's like everything's very tightly integrated. There's no modularity to it, is there?
No, and that's the difference because entertainment robots tend to be more modular.
They tend to be made to be able to come apart with the right tools.
Yeah. KEYi Tech have actually issued an ear replacement kit for Loona, which I think does show the sort of more modular nature of Loona in comparison to a toy. So folks, we've run out of time and we've only gone through about half of the points that we've got down. So what we're going to do is we're going to make part 2 tomorrow night and we'll go through the rest of the points that we've got. But Loona most definitely, according to what we see as entertainment robots, definitely fits in that category and not in the category of toy. So folks, I hope you found that interesting and I hope that you'll join us tomorrow night when we go over the other points that we've got. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching as always and see you next time.